Let's wholesale real estate. We're gonna wholesale real estate. If you wanna wholesale real estate, then you are in the right place. You don't need no money, you don't need no credit. It's so simple that anyone can get it. Luke's gonna teach you just how to get started. All you have to do is learn and apply it. You are in the right place. You're gonna wholesale real estate. Let's wholesale real estate. We're gonna wholesale real estate.
Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, I'm just waiting for the right time, or I'm praying for a sign, or I'll start when things calm down, and somehow that moment never fully arrives? Family, welcome back to the School of Wholesaling podcast. I am Luke Madeus, and today we're talking about the difference between waiting for a sign and becoming the kind of person who makes a decision. Before we jump in, family, if this podcast has helped you think clearer or move with more direction, take just 10 seconds and leave a review on Apple or Spotify. It really helps the show reach more people who are tired of guessing and ready for structure. Here is the truth. And I'm saying this with respect and love, not judgment, family. Most people aren't waiting on God. They're waiting on certainty. And certainty almost never shows up in advance. We wait for perfect conditions, perfect confidence, perfect clarity. But perfection is often just fear wearing professional clothes, not laziness, not lack of desire, just hesitation disguised as preparation. Now, here's the part that really matters. There's nothing wrong with being cautious. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to do things right. But, family, there is a cost to endless delay. There is a cost to analysis paralysis, because every month you postpone a decision, you're also postponing experience, feedback, and momentum. The people who move forward aren't reckless. They're decisive with guidance. They don't have all the answers, family, but they just stop waiting for perfect timing. Now, let's dive a little bit deeper, because the truth is, even spiritually, this is true. See, faith isn't sitting still hoping for confirmation. Faith is moving responsibly when direction becomes visible. God doesn't usually shout out the entire blueprint. He reveals the next step. Obedience is often simply a decision to move with discernment. When I started real estate, I didn't have 100 signs. All I had was a mentor, a pathway, and a decision to commit to this business, to commit to getting my first deal done. And to be honest with you, I didn't know every outcome. I didn't even fully believe I could do it at first. However, I just knew staying stuck was not an option. And once I decided, not emotionally, family, but intentionally, that everything began to align faster because I decided to make a decision. Now, I believe this part's going to bless you tremendously, because in wholesaling, decisions look like this. It looks like choosing a market instead of researching 10 markets, committing to daily outreach instead of occasional bursts, making offers instead of, you guessed it, instead of endlessly analyzing properties. You actually make the offer. Asking for guidance instead of guessing alone. Using systems instead of relying on memory. Momentum isn't magic, family. It's decisions stacked consistently. Quick pause for just a moment, because I need to let you know, if you want a practical way to start taking action instead of researching endlessly, a tool I personally use is Deal Machine. It helps you identify properties, pull ownership data, and reach homeowners directly from your phone. You can grab a free trial and free marketing credits using the link in the show notes, or simply go to SOWcontents.com or drive4deals.com. Tools don't replace discipline. However, they do support decisive, consistent action. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment, family, you're not weak. You're not behind. You're not incapable. You're thoughtful. But thoughtful becomes powerful the moment it turns into action. Listen, you don't need another sign. You need a clear next step and the courage to choose it. And sometimes the most responsible decision isn't doing it alone. It's getting orientation so you can move with confidence. Guidance doesn't make you more dependent, family. It doesn't make you dependent. It makes you efficient. If this episode is encouraging you to stop circling and start deciding, book a free real estate strategy call with me. On that call, we'll look at where you are, what your goals are, and map out a realistic next step for your next deal. If it makes sense to move forward together, we'll talk about it. If not, you'll still leave with clarity. The link is in the show notes, or you can go to SOWcontents with an S at the end.com. All right, family, listen, this has been an absolute pleasure for me to make this episode for you, because I hope that you can see as a result that you really don't need perfect conditions. You need a clear direction and a decision to move. Waiting delays momentum. Decisions create pathways. And legacy isn't built on signs. It's built on stewardship, clarity, and action. I'll see you on the next episode. Au revoir.